The first trade or bartering began between farmers 10,000 years ago or more, and the currency was corn. Long before the invention of coins, let alone banknotes, the value of wheat crops was well understood, even down to the worth of single seeds. That's the reason that gold, in the smallest transactions, is still traded in grains. The urge to buy and the satisfaction we get from an armful of designer shopping bags goes back thousands of years too. The Romans had a word for it, imacitus, the desire to buy things. The English version, imacity, became obsolete in the 20th century, replaced by less elegant terms such as retail therapy and shopaholics. The Romans also had a warning, caveat emptor, which means buyer beware. Getting your money back was no easy matter on the Via Appia. The market traders didn't offer a 30-day cooling-off period. Goods could not be redeemed or bought back. Anything irredeemable cannot be converted into cash. Your purchase is beyond redemption. Redemption gained a spiritual sense in the Christian world with the idea that rescued souls had been bought back from the devil. In Middle English it was redemption, and in Old French rançon, which became ransom in medieval England, still buying back a soul, but in a rather different way. When Richard the Lionheart, the English king, was captured and held prisoner by the Holy Roman Emperor in 1193, the ransom demand was £65,000 of silver, more than double the amount that the Treasury in London levied in taxes every year. While Richard's mother, Eleanor of Aquitaine, was politicking like mad to raise the money, his brother, Prince John, who was running the country while Richard had been fighting off the Crusades, raised about half that sum and offered it as a bribe to the emperor to keep the king in a dungeon. When he was finally freed, Richard, who had more courage than brains, forgave his malevolent younger brother and even named him as his heir. A premium was the booty claimed by the commander of a conquering army, the cream of the spoils. By the era of the English Civil War, the word had been co-opted by the earliest insurance salesman, and now a premium is the annual cost of your car insurance. It can still mean the first bonus to be paid out, which is why everyone has a few premium bonds. To buy up every last item in stock was a perimere, literally to buy right through, and that gives us peremptory, decisive, final, beyond all question, and even dictatorial. When a product was readily available, it was proemptus, which meant that you could get it promptly. On occasions, merchants had more stock than they could display, so the bulk of it was kept in a warehouse, or promptuarium. A well-stocked mind is a treasure house, and if you have trouble remembering facts, you need an almanac or ready reference book, sometimes called a promptuary. That's why an actor who forgets his lines can rely on a helpful whisper from the prompter. And if that actor abandons the script and starts making up dialogue, he is speaking impromptu. If something was not for sale, it was ex emptus, or exempt. An outstanding purchase is an exemplar, but every sale counts, and so everything is a good example. Until example lost its initial syllable somewhere in France 1,000 years ago and became sample. Embezzlement is fraud, usually tampering with documents to steal money. The fraudster Bernie Madoff, a former stockbroker who persuaded investors to give him their life savings and somehow defrauded about $65 billion, was sent to prison for 150 years, an exemplary sentence intended to deter copycat criminals. In ancient Greece, a commercial traveler with his trunkload of samples was emporos, M plus poros, a path. He blazed trading trails such as the Persian Royal Road, which ran from Turkey's Mediterranean coast to modern-day Iran. Emporium meant merchandise in